So when you get black men together and talking, and women, when you get people together, it creates its own culture and it creates something big, which goes to the point of like the potential of what Milestone could have been.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, okay, Reginald Hudlin's on board. They're grabbing all these new artists. Can they cultivate that? Is the thing that will make me continue. See, this first run, I'm supporting it because I support everything black,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
If I see something black, and you know this about me, because if I see something black, I'm buying it.
Mm-hmm.
I saw your shirts and I was like, buying it. It's black. So
Right.
what I do is when I get a paycheck from, or, because I'm a gig worker to some extent. So when I get paid from a job, 10% of that's going to, well, I got 10% that I paid God. And then I have 8 to 10% or whatever that's going to always go to pouring back into a black business. Then I'm going to put my money back from my business, and then the 30% is usually my profit or whatever, however it pans out. The point is, I buy black intentionally to support other entrepreneurs the way I've been supported.
Right.
I'm not saying that in a bragging way. I'm saying that in a way of practice. If you're hearing me, you know what I'm saying? Because it makes a more fulfilled life. I would have met you if I was taking my money and hoarding it, and putting it in. When you put black creatives together and you get black people supporting each other and loving each other,
Right.
you never know what's going to be, what we're going to create. And when you talk about like that Milestone Bible, this whole Dakota verse,
Yeah.
I hate with Black Lightning, and there was a few other things when they talked about the Dakota verse, and that was the second to last season of Black Lightning.
Yeah.
And it's like this isolated city over here, and it's all black, and it's cops coming to shoot. And it's like, so like, oh, they're relevant and they're woke because they put cops coming in to shoot, shoot up the place. And, it's like, honestly, in our neighborhood, cops aren't the bad guys. The drug dealers actually are. you know, remember Pac said this. Pac was like, I don't want to live next door to the killer,
Right.
but I do.
Right.
But they think we celebrate that.
But the sad part is that there were black people writing that, and they made a place when growing up, there was no worse place to be but Gotham, right?
Yeah.
And they figured out a place worse than Gotham.
Right. Yeah. Somehow.
How do you find a place worse than Gotham?
Back to the documentary. One of the things that I've realized that I never heard it verbalized by someone else, that the Big Bang was a big gang bang.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yo, hearing that come out your mouth, I was like, because you read it and you internalize it as family business, right? But then hearing him say it out loud, I was like, yo, don't say it was a big gang bang. And then they're like proud of the fact that like, well, we changed it to a Black Lives Matter. Because I was reading the new static and I was like, oh, he was at a rally. Okay. I mean, that works. But it is modernizing a problematic trope.
Hey, we're going to stop this conversation here, but we're going to hit you back with another one soon.